All right, hello Scorpio. This is your general reading for January 2019. I want to wish you guys a happy new year and hopefully you guys have a good start. Hopefully you guys will have good abundance, good health, a happy relationship, and money. I'm going to go ahead and start with your reading. This is for Scorpio, January 2019, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If for some reason if the messages don't resonate with you, you can check your Sun, Moon, or Rising signs. And sometimes it's just that the messages are not for you, or maybe I'm just not the reader for you guys that delivered the message. So let's just go ahead and start. Let's see, what are the messages for Scorpio, January 2019? What are the messages for Scorpio? Okay, so already we have the Eight of Swords. So for January, this is your energy here. You're coming into the month of, you may be isolated here. Okay, this is being isolated. You kind of put an illusion in your mind here. You're kind of feeling trapped. I think this is kind of like making up scenarios in your head, thinking that things are happening for the worst, but it's just all mental. I mean, it's like you don't want to see the truth. I think that there's some denial here for you, Scorpio, that you don't want to see the truth of something here, okay? But I think it's important in order to move forward and to come to an acceptance of whatever that may be. You need to take the blindfold off and know that there's nothing in your way. I think that you've kind of put a wall in front of you, if it's to protect you from harm in some way, or it's to keep somebody away. So you're coming into the month with that kind of energy. You have the Five of Pentacles in your past, so this is showing that you were kind of having a hard time financially. With this, it's like a poverty card. You were just struggling financially in your past. And this can go far as back as, 10, 20, 30 years ago, right? It could be last week. However far back this resonates with you. But this was a time of feeling very neglected. I feel like you were asking for help, or you were just looking into the future and wondering if things are going to ever change. Okay, I feel like this is you here. You can see like she's kind of praying in front of this. It could be a church, right? This could be a church. So she may be praying to God, when is things are going to start looking up for me? When am I going to have financial stability? When am I going to have money? Or when am I going to have a better relationship? I just feel so neglected from other people. I don't seem to have a good environment. I don't seem to have people that seem to care too much about what I go through, right? This is just being ignored. And you may have felt ignored as well. Okay. So in your position of the present, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So now this is kind of going forward to better finances, right? You've earned money. I feel like that, with the Five of Pentacles, this is just having to find a way. It's like you're having to find a way. But in your presence, and you've from the Five to the Knight, this is kind of going through a lot of hard work, and I think that you've gotten to the point of the Knight, okay, the Knight of Pentacles. So he's someone that's going after whatever that he wants, and he's a bit proud of the earns that he's earned. He worked very hard to achieve what he's earned, and he's still going. He's still having to work hard to make things happen. And it seems that for some of you, this could be like having to support a family. Like you're still having to work hard, you haven't lost the sight of what your responsibility is, right? But he kind of looks back at the people that may have not even supported or thought he would make it, right? It's like saying, haha, you thought I would fail. You thought I wouldn't make it, but I'm making it now, right? I've gone through these challenges with these pentacles, and now I'm at the point where I'm having to work even more, and I'm able to sustain myself. Okay, it is a slow process, but you have movement there. Things are going swiftly. Okay, in the future, this is the Three of Wands. With the Three of Wands, I think that you're some of you may be ready to leave things behind. Some of you may be ready to leave home. Some of you may be ready to explore more what life has to offer, what the world has to offer, right? This is just kind of wondering, what more can I do for myself? You know, I'm ready to go on and go for new experiences, go on an adventure, right? This is kind of like planning for your next move, okay, for your next task. You can see that he's kind of seeing the ocean with those boats, and it's kind of like wishing, like, man, I wish I was there traveling. I wish I was there doing the things that other people have the chance to do. But you know, you already have the intention to go for it, right? It's all about making that physically happening, make it like manifest it, right? Which I think that's what's happening. Even though this is in the position of the future, and then this is in the position of the present, you're making things happen. Okay, you're making things happen. You know, whatever your plans are. In a way, I feel like you're wishing, but it's like you need to be proactive on your task, on your responsibilities, whatever that you need to, whatever business you need to take care of. That's where it needs to be. In the heart of your reading, you have the Star card. Now, the Star card is a sign of hope. Okay, and it's great that it's underneath the Eight of Swords. Because with the Eight of Swords, like I said, this is kind of like having a mental blockage. You kind of put yourself in a scenario, right? With the Star card, it's like saying that there is hope. Don't lose sight of that as well, because you kind of block the view of hope. You kind of put up your blindfold and went into a denial. But it's like saying the star is here to shine and show you that there's still more for you to experience, or there's still more for you to see. Right? So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of what the star has to offer you. You know, it's like you need to have faith. Believe in that. And you know, it could also be with your spirituality as well. Because you can see the woman is like having it in the palm of her hand. She's like touching the star. And she's like gazing at the star, like it's just so beautiful, right? She doesn't in a way, it's like she doesn't fear anything. She's at a sense of peace, right? So there's still hope for whatever you may be feeling with the Eight of Swords. In your foundation, you have the Six of Swords. Now, with the Six of Swords, this is having to move. Some of you may be moving on to a better life. Some of you may be moving to a new home. Maybe some of you are relocating with work. You know, and it's interesting that you have the Five of Pentacles right above this. You know, I feel like your whole life, I feel like it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. You've had experienced a lot for just one person. You've experienced just too much, right? You've experienced a lot of financial situations. You've experienced a lot of criticism. You've experienced a lot of abuse in some way. I feel like for someone that's gone through what they've gone through, that they're still holding up, right? That's the heart of your reading. Like there's still hope for you. Like you're still holding up. You haven't let life break you to the point of like life sometimes teaches you lessons, and sometimes it's up to us if it's going to either make us or break us. For some of you, it could be both. It could have broken you and then rebuild you. For some of you, it could have just toughened you up a little bit more. Okay. Also, with the Six of Swords, some of you may be leaving behind whatever isn't benefiting you anymore. Like maybe you were involved with someone that has left you with nothing, right? Somebody may have also left you within the marriage, maybe, or with work, you know. You just didn't have all you had was like the clothes on your back, and now you're moving on from that. That's what I'm getting at. Excuse me. Okay. In your obstacle and challenges, you have the King of Pentacles, which is great. You have that above the Knight of Pentacles. But here's the challenge for this. I think that with this, it's like showing off too much pride, and you've attracted a lot of envious people. That's what I'm getting. I feel like I feel like some of you that may have succeeded, excuse me, for some of you that have succeeded in the financial point, you know, it's taken you from the Five of Pentacles up until the Knight of Pentacles. And now that you have the King of Pentacles, even though this is as a position of your challenge or obstacle, you have very envious people, or that people that may be using you, right? Because you have what's to offer financially. You have a lot of things to offer financially. It could be with even yourself. You know, you're there to help and to take care of your kingdom, right? This could be with family. This could be with your friends, you know. And I think that you show it off without having to show it off. Does that make sense? Like, you don't brag about what you have. You have it, but people see what you have, right? And you don't just say, oh yeah, I have an expensive car, I have a big house. You just have it, and people just find out about it without you having to talk about it, right? Like, you kind of stay within your business, but you just show it off without having to show it off, which is great. I think that's it's better than having to brag about what you have. With also the King of Swords, you know, he's very confident, and he's proud of what he's built, right? He's built his kingdom, and it took him a lot of time to, you know, get there. But I'm just saying, like, there's so much pride here. Like, you have a lot of pride going on. Because here he's showing off his pentacle. Here he's also showing off his pentacle. And it's just like, look what I have. And I think for some of you may be entitled to do so because you were left with nothing. You were abandoned, right? You were left out in the cold. You know? And I feel like for some of you had to move from where you previously were before. You know, you had to move out of state or another city. And some of you may have, it's left you to the King of Pentacles. Even though this is like an obstacle or challenge, but still, you know, you've obtained it, right? Your advice, you have the Page of Swords. Your advice is to not express too much. I feel like some of you may be very opinionated. I feel like you may be very expressive, and for me, it's like you need to keep things to yourself and just see how things react without you having to react, right? You just need to watch, see how things happen, see, be observant of your surroundings. Especially, when you have the Three of Wands and you have the Page of Swords, both of them look like they're observing. Both of them look like they're planning, right? And this one could be like holding his truth. He's holding back what is true to him because he's not ready to express. This is a new beginning, this is like not an immature, but this is like a new beginning of maturity, right? You're going through that stage. And that's the advice here, is that you need to just watch what you say. Try not to be very expressive of what you have, of what you've done. Just let things be as is, without having your opinion. Okay? So we're going to go with Wisdom of Oracle. Let's see, what do we have for Scorpio for January 2019? What are the messages for Scorpio? What are the messages for Scorpio? The Tribe. Alright, so we have the Tribe card. This is definitely talking about keeping your home together, keeping your clan together, keeping your tribe together, right? This is, I feel like you take care of your family a lot, or your friends. Whoever you're really close with, I feel like a whole big group of you, I feel like you're the glue that keeps everybody together, right? Because you nourish, you support, For some of you, even though you do those things, it comes with a price, right? It comes with a price. Things that you give, it comes with strings attached. It shouldn't have to be that way. And I think that, I think you do it in a way where you want things in return, which is good. Everybody should have a give and take, right? But do things without having to expect anything in return. I think that's where you'll find happiness better that way. Because sometimes if we expect things, we feel disappointed and let down, right? So I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. We have the Tribe. So the meaning of this is community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. This signal is a new affirmation with the group. Humans are social beings, and we need to know we are useful to our tribe, families, and communities. In a tribe, everyone has an important function and feelings. I matter. Memberships in the group provide a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for a greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are a part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are learning a community where you share your love and education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and you want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming a leader. No matter your position in the tribe, your presence is needed. So like I said, that's like you're the glue, right? That's where I was getting at. Like you're the glue of this group, right? You're the leader. Sometimes it's best to not, like I said, you shouldn't have to react, right? Let things be as they are. Let other people take care of their responsibilities, not just you. Okay? It shouldn't just be a one person thing. I feel like for some of you may be taking on that responsibility continuously, and it's time to let some other person take care of that. Okay? I feel like you've always had to take care of yourself and take care of your family, and you had to do it without any help. And I feel like you always have to find a way. And even though you found a way and it works out, but it's like you have to do things alone. And I feel like now that I'm seeing this, each of these cards are by themselves, each being, except for the Six of Wands, Six of Swords. This is the only card that where you're not by yourself, but you're still by yourself in this card because he's just someone to help you get across the other side of the lake, right? He's just somebody to keep you company until you get to your destination, and then you're off on your own again. Like that's probably like a big, maybe like a small helping hand there, right? Okay. Journey by moonlight. Believe in magic. So the meaning for this card, it says magic's all around you. Spiritual dimensions and mystical realms are only a thought away. The veil is thin right now between you and the realm of the fairies, elves, angels, and spirit beings. It's indeed a magical universe, and the key to opening the doors to them realms is to trust. Even if you can't see, trust that you are being supported by the mysterious and wondrous ways. All is not as it seems. Trust your intuition and thus nudges from spirit. Believe. So it's saying to trust and have faith, right? With the Star card being here, that's where I was getting at, that you need to have faith. Okay, with these two cards. Have faith, believe in whatever your belief system may be. You know, if it is Christian, if it is Buddhist, if it just spiritual, or if you go by like ancestors, believe in that. Believe that there's beings outside that we can see are there to help you. And it's good to acknowledge them as well. Okay, you want to acknowledge them. You want to help them in their spirit world because they also need the attention. They also need your offerings. They also need to be acknowledged and given light. Okay, and when you give light, they'll give you light as well. Okay, with the Star card, they will give you light. They will make things clear for you. Okay, with that energy of the Eight of Swords, since you kind of feel a little bit in your head right now, but they'll make things clear for you. Okay, I think that you need to attend to your spirits. It's all about prayer as well. Okay, so I hope that helps you guys. Please leave a comment below. Let me know if this resonates with you guys. I like to hear people's feedback. I like to know how this, resonates in your life. Whatever stories you like to feel comfortable to express. I like to read those. Up until February, I will see you guys until then. Okay, take care.